Hello, in this tutorial I would like to show you how to make a halo. This is to go with the fabulous Freddie the Angel pattern. You can find a link to the pattern here in the video. For the halo you will need about 30 centimeters of a very thin wire. I think this is a 0.3 millimeter gauge. You will need your crochet hook, a yellow or gold colored yarn, scissors, a sewing needle, and something to measure with. Alright, so to begin with, we take the yarn and we're going to make a slip knot, very similar to how you would make for starting a chain, but instead of, we're not pulling it tight yet. So into the slip knot loop, you are going to insert the wire about halfway, and then you're going to insert it again because we need a little loop like this. Don't worry too much about the size of the loop, we will adjust it still. But it should sort of be halfway in your wire. Alright, then insert your hook into the slip knot and pull tight. And now we are ready to start making our crochet stitches. We are going to make the stitches into the loop, so over this first strand of wire, but also over the tail on the left hand side, as well as over our yarn tail. It's a little twisted, sorry, let me just... Okay. So first of all, we start off by making a chain. This does not count as a stitch once again, it's just a starting chain for us to start our single crochets with. So we need 27 single crochets. So insert your hook through the wire, center, pull up one loop of yarn, grab the yarn again and pull through both loops. Let's do that another 26 times. Now that we have 27 stitches, we just pull up the yarn a bit. And now we are going to close, oh, we can cut away this tail already. We are going to close the loop by pulling on both tails. It's good to try and keep them equal in length, just to avoid that you have one that's substantially longer than the other. All right. Then we reinsert our hook into our yarn, and we are going to close with a slip stitch into the first single crochet. Wait, that's starting, there we go, that's the first single crochet. Pull up yarn, and we don't need a long tail for sewing, we just need a little bit to be able to weave in the end. Next, we are going to work away our tail using a sewing needle. Next, we need to wrap these two wire tails around each other for the length of about 2.5 centimeters, or that's 1 inch. So what I do is I pinch them between my index finger, one on each side, and I take the halo and then I just start twisting it around. But make sure you don't get too too far, that the halo, that this little stem becomes too long. I think, yep, that's exactly what I need. All right. Now we are going to work the halo to the body. First of all, we need to mark where it has to go. So always take a handy pin. So you want it sort of here in the back of the head, in the center between the two eyes. Yeah, that looks good. Now we're going to take the wire, and we're also going to use the sewing needle. Now this is a little bit more tricky, of course, because the wire is a lot stiffer. So we're going to insert the first tail on one side of the stitch, so this one, and we're just going to pull it through the body. Now because we're working with wire, we don't want to bend the wire too much, so try and work in as straight a line as possible. Now we're going to go back into the body, into the exact same stitch, and just come out in a different place, like here. Oops, now I pulled it too far. There we go. Next we're going to insert the second tail into the sewing needle, and it's important that you go into the body on the other side of the stitch. We want the halo tails to sort of split over, so this will help to keep it in place. So once again, take it through the body in the straightest line as possible so it doesn't bend or twist too much. There we go. And now I'm going to take it back to its twin. And I'm going to twist the two of them together a little bit to secure them. I'm going to cut them off. You need about just a little small bit. I'm going to pull them out a bit, twist them back so you don't have the sharp point coming out, and then just push that back into the body. And there you go. That's one halo.